Okay, welcome back to the Cheapskate Gardener. Firstly, a great big thank you to everyone who commented on the last composting video, and thank you for some amazing tips, ideas, suggestions, and in this video I'm going to do my best to put all of those tips into practice and level up the composting bin. Okay, so today I'm going to implement the top 5 tips that you lovely subscribers have given me for leveling up the compost. Coming in at number 1 is music to my cheapskate ears, and that is to get some free coffee grounds from local cafes. I love a free resource, and I'm going to get as much of that as I can. Top tip number 2 is to turn out the compost onto the dirt. At the moment my compost bays have wooden bases on, and it makes great sense to let all of the wildlife in. I don't mean rats and foxes, but the bugs, the worms, the bacteria, which at the moment don't have access from underneath. So I'm going to turn out the compost bins. Coming in at number 3 is a bit of a contentious one, and that is leaves. I've had lots of you say that leaves are brilliant for compost, they're free, get loads of them, fill up your bins with leaves. Also had lots of other people saying be careful with leaves because they can take like 2 years to break down. And the one thing that I really want is a quick compost, because I want to be growing by spring, and it's already late October, and I need to get going. So I think I'm going to stop using leaves, and I'm going to start or continue to put loads of cardboard in for my brown material, because I know that is going to break down really quickly. Tip number 4 is to get some worms and some basically already rotting compost. Well, not rotting, but you know, a compost in progress that's already full of all the bacteria, worms, all that sort of stuff, and add it into the mix just to kickstart the process. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, and last of all, in the same vein as kickstarting the compost, I'm going to wee in it. Right, first order of business today then, going to see if we can find some coffee grounds. I'm just going to go to my local cafes. Morning. I was just wondering if you had any used coffee grounds that I could use for my compost. Used coffee grounds that I can pinch for my compost. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Thank you very much. That'd be great. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. All right. Cheers. Big thank you to our friends at Cafe on the Hill in Tuts Hill for those coffee grounds and this delicious coffee. Thank you. Okay, next stop is father-in-law's compost bin, which is full of worms, which he said I can help myself to. Thanks, Andy. God, he's not even joking. Look at them. Oh my word. Back over by the compost then, and the first thing I'm going to do here is empty that bay into that one, so that I can remove this bay and make some space to then turn everything out into a bay with no base on it. So let's get going with that. what I have got is a bucket full of apples and fruit flies at the moment. If you want to find out where I got those from, watch this. So, next step is coffee grounds. Some lovely lush coffee. Nice big box of that. And in here is some compost and worms. Hundreds of them. Let's get those in next. Seems like some of what we've been doing is really working quite well, and so it does give me hope that this is good. I'm just going to pop you on here and show you what I'm digging out of one bin to put in the other. It's good and warm in there. It's good and warm. Sorry, but you're sort of in my way. Can you move over there again? Thanks. Now, The last ingredient in this compost bin update is 2 cups of the good stuff, and this is not coffee. So here we have the first officially full bin of compost. In a minute I'll take you over and sit down and talk about what we've learned, but at the moment the last job I'm going to do is just cover it over with cardboard to keep the warmth in. So let's just do that quickly. Now I will leave this open to the elements for a little while because some of it was quite dry. I'll go through a bit more of that in detail in a minute, but I'm going to let some water in and then I'll cover it over with a plastic tarp or something like that so it doesn't get too soggy. But for the moment we're done. So what have we learned? I want to be careful not to learn too much from my first composting experience, because some of it could be luck, some of it could be a whole bunch of things that I haven't yet understood. But I made 3 different composting bins and I did a slightly different thing with each one to start with, and each seems to have had slightly different results. So this is what I think I've learned. The first bin that I made, I kind of chucked everything in, a little bit of shredded up hedge, which had some green and brown in, bit of food scraps, a bit of cardboard, and it was pretty varied. And that's the middle bin in the row that was getting pretty warm and things seemed to be breaking down quite nicely, but it was no major progress going on. So it seems like variety is a good thing. The second bin I made was purely cardboard and vegetable waste, veg scraps, and leaves. And this one, it's the most recent bin that I've started, but the veg scraps seem to have broken down really quickly. The downside is it seemed quite wet, so I think I needed more dry cardboard in there to start with, or maybe a bit more brown materials in there, because I think that if I'd have left that could have gone a bit sludgy, but it was breaking down really well, so I was really pleased with that. And the other bin was just purely shredded up hedge, box hedge, and that was really not doing anything. That was basically a pile of wood chip, far too dry, no real sense that was breaking down at all. So I'm really glad that we mixed all this up together, and it's given me an opportunity to see what's going on, learn some stuff, mix it all up, because we've now mixed the stuff that was a bit too dry with the stuff that was maybe a bit too wet. We've added in some really great additions, some more green with the coffee grounds and the veg scraps, a little bit more moisture as well, some moisture better than others, but in any case I think the moisture balance in there now is a bit better, although as I said a minute ago, I am going to let a little bit more rain in before I cover it over with a tarp. But I'm really pleased with the way things have gone, and I really think we're due for a good haul of compost. I've measured the bin just to see how much it holds, and it holds about 1.7 cubic meters. Sorry, 1.3 cubic meters, which is about 1.7 cubic yards. So for me, it's a good first bin, and obviously I can now concentrate on making another space, picking up everything that we've learned so far, and move on to doing the next bin and start filling it up as quickly as possible. So thank you again for all your help, your advice, your support, your suggestions. Please do like the video, subscribe, tell your friends. The channel's going really quickly, and I'm really enjoying doing it. So yeah, hope you can come along for the ride. See you all on the next one.